May I have your attention, please? The academic procession has just started, and we are expecting the procession to reach the hall soon. Kindly take your seats. Once the procession reaches the auditorium, there will be no exit or entry allowed for the formal ceremony. Thank you. For YouTube and Facebook, you can search for NMIMS Indore Convocation 2022. You will get the direct link there. Auditorium volunteers, please take the class. Everyone, please put your hands together to welcome the graduating students procession headed by member of Students' Council, Ekta Agarwal. Graduating students are requested to reach their designated seats and remain standing until the further instructions. I request the auditorium team to assist the graduating students to take their seats. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise in order to welcome the academic procession. Graduating students, please be seated. So, graduating students, feeling hot or feeling excited? Ladies and gentlemen, please rise in order to welcome the academic procession. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the academic procession headed by SKA's Vice Chancellor, Dr. Sunil, our Chief Guest for the ceremony, Shri Sunil Chordia, Chairman Managing Director, Rajratan Global Alliance Limited, Shri Akhilesh Rathi, Chancellor Nominee and Mentor of NMIMS Indore Campus, Dr. Kashi Bharti, Center Director, NMIMS Indore, are part of this august procession. Moving the ways, Shri Ashish Apte, Controller of Examination and nominee of the Registrar, leads the procession. The faculty team is headed by Dr. Sameer Pingle, Associate Dean, School of Business Management, NMIMS Indore. Following the Associate Dean, we have members of faculty, Dr. Akshay Joshi, Dr. Niranjan Shastri, Dr. Shubhangi Jore, Dr. Ramzan Sama, and Dr. Professor Niranjan Rajpurohit. The core strength or differentiator of NMIMS Indore lies in the magic the faculty members spin in the classroom. At NMIMS, the role of faculty members is not just limited to conduct the courses, but also to mentor the students throughout the program and even beyond. Former President, late Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, quoted, "The purpose of teaching is to create nation-building capabilities in the students." It is said that a good teacher never tries to teach. Rather, a good teacher tries to create learning opportunities for the students. The faculty team here quite resonates with this thought and believes that their efforts in the classroom will be manifested in the student success in all walks of life, which ultimately will help in nation building. All of you are requested to please sit after the dignitaries take their seats. A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I, Mitesh Jha, welcome all of you for the 4th convocation ceremony of NMIMS Indore, School of Business Management. We commence the ceremony with the NMIMS anthem, and we will begin today's festivities on an auspicious note by invoking Goddess of Learning, Ma Saraswati and seek her blessing. I now request everyone to please stand for NMIMS anthem and remain standing till the lighting of ceremonial lamp and Saraswati Vandana. May I now request our Honorable Chief Guest Shri Sunil Chordia and all the dignitaries on the dais to please light the ceremonial lamp.
या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहार धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रान्विता या वीणां वरदण्डमण्डितकरा या पद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युत शङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा पूजिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा।
Ladies and gentlemen, kindly be seated. May I request Shri Ashish Apte, nominee of the Registrar, to take over the proceedings.
I request Shri Akhilesh Ji Rathi, nominee of the Honorable Chancellor of SVKM's NMIMS, to declare the Convocation 2022 open.
In many ways, because and the catastrophe we have come out, where we used to greet every time each other on the Zoom or Teams, Microsoft Teams, and the greeting code used to be, "Am I audible?" So fortunately, we have come out of that crisis situation. But I am also very happy that despite the kind of situation we were all in, you came out consistently learning and growing. It is indeed my great pleasure to welcome our chief guest, Shri Sunil ji. Sir, my warm welcome to you to the NMIMS campus. And I also welcome nominee of Honorable Chancellor, Shri Akhilesh Rathi ji, to celebrate your graduation today. Well, your parent must be delighted. They are all sitting there, and I see a lot of happiness on their faces. And NIMS University gratefully acknowledges their contribution to making it possible for you to reach to this stage. Now, if you just be with me for some time to pay our gratitude to your parents, may I request all the students to rise and turn to the side of your parents and take their blessings. And I'm going to narrate something, so you also say that in your heart. I feel so honored and blessed to have you as my parents, and want to express my gratitude for your care and support over the years and helping me to reach to this stage of graduation. Thank you for instilling me with a strong passion for learning and for doing everything possible to put me on the path of greatness. This achievement would not have been possible without your support. You please bow and take their blessings and then face the dais. Remain standing, because you have to also take the blessings from your professors, who have been a constant source of learning and wisdom to you. So bow them and take their blessings, all your teachers. And then remember the Almighty God for all the strength and courage God has provided you to excel in this very complex emerging world. Well, thank you being with me for this small ceremony, and you may take please your seats. Well, you joined this extraordinary institution to explore and enrich yourself, and you made new beginnings, explored new horizons, and engaged in a whole range of academic ventures over the years of your education. Today, you graduate from this university as an enriched person with outstanding achievements. You graduate someone having gone through a rigorous curriculum and after testing yourself. The management skills built by the SBM, along with the analytical thinking and problem-solving abilities, which will help you to convert the challenges into opportunities, and with an understanding of the context of the marketplace. And I'm sure that these skills will make you professional of par excellence in times to come. But remember that skills alone will not help you to become the excellent professional. You need the great positive attitudes to convert your skills into the very good performance. And for that attitude, there are two very critical elements I would like to share with you. One is the aspirations. You need to have very high aspirations. And also, whatever you do in your life, make sure that you bring a lot of rigor into the process. And if you, along with the kind of skills which have been imparted to you, and keeping your aspirations level very high, and bringing a lot of rigor in whatever you do, I'm sure that you are going to achieve great excellence in your life. Well, during your learning journey, you engrossed yourself to explore the process of decision making, understand the context, imbibe contemporary thinking and advanced technology, learn from the past, envision the future, and redefine and put forward value-creating responses. Your training of critical thinking and out-of-box innovative approaches will help you to contemplate on multiple diverse planes. Your ability to juggle between opposite thinking processes will give you an edge in delivering socially relevant solutions. Your inclusive approach and your commitment characterizes the NMIMS University. Your training has helped you to imbibe evolved communication strategy, focusing on visual, oral, written, graphical, something akin to the metaverse which we are all now familiar with, that is going to help you to translate your ideas into reality, and you will have all the skills to develop unique syntax and language, not only to communicate your ideas to others, but also to ideate and develop new concepts and effective solutions. You also graduate someone who understands the importance of the collaborative processes and working with empathy. SBM has added value not only to your learning journey, but it has also added to the footprints of the university. I must say that you are going out in the world with excellent NMIMS credentials, which you should be really proud of. But remember that wherever you go and whatever you do, your actions will be like your fingerprints. Proof of where you have been and what you have touched. So it is going to be great responsibility on you to really perform in a very professional and very skillful manner. Well, every completion has a new beginning, and the accomplishment of your graduation today marks a successful and proud entry in your future endeavors. As you embark upon your journey, I would like to extend my best wishes, hoping that each one of you finds a feeling of contentment and pride in everything you do. I am sure your great efforts and achievements will help you achieve great things in life. Your credentials will take you to much higher places, and I am sure you will prove yourself and contribute to making the world a better place. The phase of your graduation following the pandemic outbreak turned out to be quite unprecedented for all of us. The pandemic required us to confront challenges on so many dimensions. NMIMS, like all institutions across the globe, confronted with an unusual, extraordinary situation. The pandemic required us to teach, learn, and work remotely. We experienced the real VUCA word. I hope you have by now memorized what VUCA stands for, which is volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. I think this word was invented in 80s. If it was not invented then, perhaps it would have been invented now. Well, we interacted with most of you using virtual learning technologies, and we always remained conscious of the fact that how to make our learning process engaging and effective. The university rose to the challenge of this emergency. Everyone in the university and in the campus rose to a critical leadership position. I am proud that we all worked together and supported each other, and wherever needed, engaged in problem solving and coming with innovative solutions to deal with the challenges effectively. NMIMS has come a long way since March 2020 in excelling in delivering all our programs and academic requirements and ensuring the continuity of our programs. We continue to excel in our team approach and have a very rich, high level of commitment. I thank all for wholeheartedly supporting the academic continuity plan which the Vice Chancellor's office at the university under the leadership of Shri Amrish Bhai Patel and all our trustees put in place. Through a distributed leadership approach, we implemented the directions effectively. The support received from everyone, students, faculty, staff, and the university departments, and our determination and resolve demonstrated our resilience and leading from the front. Through the efforts of everyone, we ensured completion of our academic sessions using online synchronous and asynchronous learning mode, completion of evaluation and examination on time, declaration of all results, and most important, we ensured the progression of the batch which were graduating so that their future career plans are not impacted. I may say that we ensured continuity of our activities in a severe disruption situation with a very bold face and with a lot of courage. I sincerely thank the faculty and staff of Indore campus for wholeheartedly supporting the academic continuity plan and seamless delivery of curriculum during the difficult times. We learned in the process that disruption and change are nothing but to become different. Your learning experience while at the NMIMS must have altered your perception about the world and yourself, and your learning will continue to be the lens through which you see the world and handle the change and disruption with resilience. Remember, the change and disruption are omnipresent. It will transcend you, build you, and most of all, will help you grow. Seize the change and the disruption. One thing which helped us to ensure we come out of the present crisis with the least unintended consequences is a teamwork approach. I feel we learned some lessons that you may find helpful in your future endeavors. The first is the distributed leadership and teamwork approach. Supporting each other and volunteerism ensured facing these changes with the least resistance and disruption. The disruption also put us in a situation where we did not have a rule book or any previous experience to address the emerging new situation. We all faced unstructured situations where the solutions were worked out after an in-depth understanding of the processes and exploring the way forward. I would like to encourage you to see how the distributed leadership around the organization has become an effective tool in handling this disruption. As I mentioned that we also faced a serious VUCA situation, volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. At the same time, while dealing with the external VUCA, we also face a lot of inner VUCA world situation. And I'm just going to discuss some 4 important lessons to deal with each of these situations in the VUCA, particularly the inner VUCA situation, where when you are gripped by the volatility and when you are dealing with the volatility, make sure that you develop an attitude of responding and not reacting. And as a management student, I hope you understand the difference between responding and reacting. The second is that handling the uncertainty, most of the times you get gripped by the fear factor and you stop taking decisions, which happened in many situations when we were in this kind of a crisis. So make sure that you are not allowing your fears to avoid risk taking. Of course, when you take risks, you may make mistakes and you may also fail, but learn how to fail. Life hereafter will all be learning, unlearning, and relearning of the new stuff. Life in future will be learning from these failures, and therefore learning to learn must be your aim of life now onwards. Well, the third component of this inner VUCA is the complexity, and for that you need to make sure that you see the things and whatever you are going to face with clarity. Now, how do you develop that clarity about the situation? I think during your 2 years of study, you have been told a lot of new, interesting critical thinking skills and problem solving skills, and also your skills to link and develop the interconnected framework of various variables which are in this situation. And when you put them in the real life situation, it would help you to have much greater clarity to deal with the complexity in this situation. So make sure that you use all your frameworks to have better clarity of the situation. And lastly, to deal with the ambiguity, make sure you spend some time on contemplation and meditation to quiet your mind enough to make meaning to handle the ambiguity. I feel that this is the most important thing which I think we must develop as the habit in times to come. Put your knowledge and skills through these 4 positive attitude tests. Handling your inner VUCA challenges will be your superpower, and these powers will give you an extraordinary ability to handle the future. Well, on this day, when you are graduating, we from the university side would like to share our achievements and our future aspirations. And IMMS is very proud to see the contribution of Honorable Chancellor Shri Amrish Bhai Patel, Shri Akhilesh Rathi ji, our trustees, our faculty, our staff, our alumni, and all our stakeholders taking the NIMMS to new heights. You remember, though, Indore campus is a very young institution, and you are going to be the proud alumni of this institution. But NIMMS legacy is a 4 decades old legacy. And over these years, university has emerged one of the most credible institutions of higher learning, as reflected by several rankings, ratings, stakeholders' confidence and reputation. NIMMS University has signed a number of MOUs with the global institutions to strengthen our academic processes, our research. Our students have made mark by winning several awards at national and international levels. And I'm very proud to state that the university has ventured into starting many new age programs like data sciences, psychology, data analytics, digital transformation, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and entrepreneurship. Our alumni and students have made a significant mark in their work environment and also contributed to the institution in many ways by coming back to us, sharing their achievements and their experiences with our students. And we recognize their contribution and also not only the contribution to the NIMMS but to the industry and to the society. Well, at this juncture, on this happy moment, I must tell you that we continue to strive best. Our new path is to reinvent ourselves and invent new things. And we are determined to pursue our goals, which are our future aspirations, which is knowledge creation, enhancing teaching and learning through our assurance of learning processes, making NIMMS known and recognized for its academic excellence and the most preferred institution of learning in times to come, and aligning stakeholders and meeting their aspirations. While pursuing our strategy, NIMMS University and the Indore campus is very conscious of the fact that the highest goals of management have transitioned from simple profit maximization principle to a mission of value creation with integrity and being ESG sensitive, particularly in the current times. Given the infinite variety of business situations that can be varied as life itself, the purpose of management is to improve human life by creating value with integrity. The endeavors must be as sensible as nature, and deriving everything from the central idea of nature and flowering into a beautiful entity and being ESG compliant. All along, wherever your roles transition from wherever you have joined at present to in future taking higher positions, either as a digital experts or decoding the contemporary business and social situations, using your management, understanding and expressions, make sure that the ethical value creation is always your North Star to guide you. This is, I think, going to be very important for all of us and contributing to the society. Well, I must assure you that years from now, when you look back, I assure you that you will feel nothing but proud of your alma mater. The last 2 years of experience learning from remote and attending online classes, I would suggest that you must put some effort to recreate your NMMS experience, not all of it, but some of it. How you do it? You may consider visiting us as frequently as possible to create that NMMS experience and that feeling. And please consider visiting as frequently as you can. And I assure you that the leadership of the Indore campus will greet you always. You may like to spend some time discussing your achievements and experience with your favorite faculty. And a very open invitation from my side. I hold my office in Mumbai. So from my side, you are most welcome to visit us at Mumbai campus and spend an evening with me over a cup of coffee to discuss your future aspirations. I'm sure that wherever you go from now onwards, you are going to create your own legacy, which we will be proud of. And you will make it a point, this is, I'm emphasizing it, please make sure that you see sometimes the sunrise and sunsets. I'm telling you that from my experience, because my both sons and daughter, they are not, I've never seen them watching the sunrise or sunset. And whenever you feel lost in the entangled web of challenges while you are going to enter into the new world, know that the way out is very simple. And this is, I'm telling you from my experience. Just speak to your family, friends, and teachers. So keep in touch and speak with them frequently. May I close by saying that we all really live in a very challenging times. Great events are on the march in the world today. Borrowing from the history, this is not the time for defeatism. This is a gripping time, and anybody who believes in things and who would like to see a life of happiness and contentment ahead need to join this battle. God give us strength to face this challenge and give you the strength to do the best in your life. Do good things and make sure that you create a legacy, and one day you can say with pride that you did extraordinary things. Always remember, Indore campus is yours, the university is yours, and it will always be yours. God bless you and all the best.
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful address and helping us with the insights to steer through the VUCA world, and especially to bring in this new tradition of bowing to the parents, because the people who care the most for us are the one who are most neglected by us when we are busy with our professional lives. I'm sure these students will be keeping this in mind and extending the NMIMS legacy forward. May I now request Dr. Prachi Gharpure, Campus Director, SVKM's NMIMS Indore to present the review of MBA program, School of Business Management 2020-22.
Honorable Chief Guest for 4th Convocation, Shri Sunil Chordia ji, nominee of Honorable Chancellor Sir and Mentor NMIMS Indore Campus, Shri Akhilesh Rathi ji, Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Ramesh Bhatt, nominee of Registrar and Controller of Examination NMIMS, deemed to be University, Mr. Ashish Apte, Dr. Samir Pingle, Associate Dean, SBM Indore, faculty members, respected parents, and my dear students, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm good morning to all, and it's a great pleasure to join you in congratulating the graduating students and their parents. An exciting future awaits you, even though the world has been quite dramatically transformed between the time you took admission 2 years ago and today. I am here to proudly present the SBM report for 2020-22 batch. After successfully completing 3 batches of full-time PGDM, the School of Business Management at NMIMS Indore campus commenced its first MBA batch from 10th June 2020. The 2020-22 batch consisted of 75 students, with 64% male and 36% of female students. The batch comprised of 41% of the students from North, 43% from West, 9% from South, and 7% students from Eastern part of the country. The batch consisted of 69% of the students who were freshers, and rest of the students with an average work experience of 13 months. The educational backgrounds consisted of 39% commerce students, 26% management, 20% engineering students, 10% science, and 5% from other streams. This was an extraordinary time with the entire world facing the fierce pandemic, with India and especially Indore being very hard hit by the coronavirus, and subsequent lockdowns being imposed. In these difficult times too, the school adhered with the academic calendar and commenced with a 34-day long orientation program for the batch on 10th of June 2020, of course in online mode. The orientation program was designed not only to induct the young students into the management environment, but also to inculcate the values, beliefs, and attitude required to be a successful MBA professional, and to embark on a rigorous but fascinating journey for 2 years. The online experience was very new for both students and faculty, as they went ahead for the number of sessions dedicated to fundamentals, soft skills, pedagogy, and so on. The first regular class commenced from 15th July 2020. The first year comprised of 21 core courses with 54 credits along with the batch. Along with this, the batch also underwent 3 weeks of civil internship that we call as V-Care during their 3rd semester, and 8 weeks of summer internship from April to May 2021. The pandemic situation was swinging, and hence there were months with severity and also with better condition, and thus for a brief period of early months of 2021, during their 3rd trimester, few of you could come to the campus, and we ran the trimester in a hybrid session, where some students were in the real classroom and others were attending from home. This batch, in their entire first year, had their term end examinations in online environment, with very different patterns as compared to the conventional ones. These examinations were totally application-oriented, case-based, project-based, and so on. The second year of this batch commenced from 7th June 2021. The batch in the second year had students selecting 13 electives across the domains from marketing, finance, operations, HR, analytics, and strategy. Along with these electives, 3 compulsory courses, industry analysis, business simulation, and innovation and entrepreneurship were conducted, which really helped these students to learn macro and micro level aspects of industrial environment. Along with the regular curriculum, there are 13 learning centers, clubs as we call them, focusing on domain-specific literary, sports, social awareness, and cultural activities with leadership and participative roles. The MBA batch did an exceptional job in planning and execution of various activities through these clubs. Such activities have played a significant role in the holistic development of these students. These activities included expert sessions, case analysis and discussion activities, stock market games, interactive quizzes, newsletter launches, visit to community service centers, business plan competitions, sports activities, cultural events, and so on. Most of such activities, along with a number of competitions, conclave, discussion forums, presentation, expert sessions, were planned, organized, and conducted online. Thanks to this scenario, the batch was able to interact with top industry leaders from manufacturing, service, FMCG, telecom, logistic and supply chain, banking and finance, and consulting areas. Most of the students from the batch took Lean Six Sigma Green Belt certification from KPMG. Along with that, all the students did a number of certification courses from platforms like Coursera and edX. The entire batch did certification in Bloomberg Market Concepts, and NISM workshop was organized for them. In addition, workshops were organized for R programming and other analytical tools, digital marketing, and for finance students, financial modeling workshops were also organized. The batch, as part of NMIMS integral curriculum feature, all the students have done a compulsory VCare, the Civic Engagement Internship in the month of February 21. The focus of this internship is to inspire and educate future managers to examine social realities that enables them to create a care economy. To attain this agenda, students were placed in various NGOs and CSR departments and government organizations across the country. Students selected their internship organizations based on their area of interest, as well as the preference of location and sector. The summer internship, the students were placed in diverse roles offered by companies in various sectors. Being very severe months of pandemic, most of the internships for summer were online. Some of the major recruiters for summers were PNB Housing Finance, Tata Steels, JK Cements, Volvo Eicher, KPMG, Sodexo, BPCL, Ford, Renault, Outlook India, Hindustan Petroleum, IIFL, ITC, Kotak Mahindra, and many others. The batch had the opportunity to participate in 2 international conferences organized by SBM Indore in 2021 and 2022, respectively. The first conference was International Conference on Post-COVID-19 Strategy for SME Ecosystem and Entrepreneurship, organized on 8th and 9th January 2021 in collaboration with IMA. The second conference was International Conference on Advances in Business Management and Sustainable Development, organized on 12th and 13th Jan 2022 in collaboration with CIMA UK. The conference also had a pre-conference workshop for all the students with the theme Sustainability, the Financial Perspective, and an editorial meet as well. Both these events were organized on 11th Jan 2022. In this conference, a student category was also announced, and all the students of the batch studying had to participate in the same. SBM also organized 2-day international virtual conference, effective blended and online teaching using the best practices, on November 27 and 28, 2020, in collaboration with Blue Crest University, Ghana, and British University in Egypt. There were a number of publications by faculty members in reputed journal in B and C category of ABDC journals. Associate Dean SBM Indore received IQAC Quality Excellence Award 2021 in Teaching Training Excellence Individual category. There was also ULED's Academic Council, which conferred Top 20 Eminent Deans in India 2020 recognition for contribution to teaching, training, consulting, stakeholder engagement, and innovative approaches to management education. This was conferred in July 2021. Dr. Pingre also received Jagran Josh Education Award 2022 for using most innovative teaching methods during pandemic. Congratulations, sir. CMA Dr. Niranjan Shastri, Associate Professor, SBM Indore, has been recognized as CGMA Academic Champion by the Chartered Institute of Management Accountant UK. He has been nominated in the task force of members in academic by the Western Indian Regional Council of Institute of Cost Accountancy of India. He acted as a resource person for Global Money Week from March 21 to 27, 2022, under the aegis of Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, International Network on Financial Education, and the Securities and Exchange Board of India together. Dr. Pingre provided consultancy on employee engagement to Shri Ram City Union Finance Limited, Chennai, and employee well-being during pandemic for Shri Ram Transport Finance Limited, Mumbai. This batch of MBA witnessed an year of stellar placements, with the notable companies participating in the final placement process and offering coveted roles across the sector to this 2020 and 22 batch. The unbroken faith shown by the corporates, supported by the quality of batch, has been a major reason for our 100% placement. With the batch strength of 75, NMIMS Indore has witnessed an esteemed placement season wherein notable companies like CRISIL, Tresvista, ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, IDBI Capital, Deloitte, EY, Cognizant, KPMG, Newgen, EXL, Brelo, Teamlease, Sutherland, IDFC First, and many, many, many more have shown their faith in our students and hired them for the placement. The domain-wise, congratulations to all of you. The domain-wise role comprised of 24% in business development, 24% in consulting and research, 21% finance and accounting, 13% product and strategy, 7% operation and supply chain, 5% in general management, and 4% in HR, and 2% in analytics. The statistics as on date are: highest CTC 21.1 lakhs per annum, average CTC 10.5 lakhs per annum, median CTC 10 lakhs. Congratulations once again, students. Dear graduates, as you advance in your career, I hope your work will always be animated by the noble goal of upholding and strengthening social sensitivity and the just behavior. This country asks you, and I am very confident that you will give us your best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Tough times don't last long, but tough person does. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 years ago, our students took a leap of faith on us And today, with their persistence, they are going to hit a milestone of their lives. Undoubtedly, this day would be a launchpad for the great leap they are going to take in future. May I now request Dr. Sameer Pingle, Associate Dean, School of Business Management, SVKM's NMIMS Indore, to kindly take over the proceedings. I also request Shri Akhilesh Rathi, nominee of Honorable Chancellor, SVKM's NMIMS, to come forward to confer the degrees to the graduating students. And I also request Dr. Ramesh Bhatt, Vice Chancellor, SVKM's NMIMS, to come forward to accompany Shri Akhilesh Rathi. Over to you, Dr. Sameer Pingle.
Good afternoon, one and all. Shreya Mathur. Shreya Shivpuri. Suman Jain. Vasudha Jawar. Yash Meher. Vaibhavi Sharma. Advait Aralkar. एकता अग्रवाल. कुशाग्री बख्शी. पूजा जैन. जुबिन शर्मा. शुभम अग्रवाल. आरुषि कौशल. रक्षित तिवारी. तानिया मंगला. शौर्य गुप्ता. तुषार रुस्तगी. सर्वेश मनसुखानी, अनुषा इरागवरपु, ऋषभ डिडवानिया, अश्वी भंसाली, प्रतीक बघेल, सुधांशु गुप्ता, अर्पित गिलरा, सचिन गोयल, अर्जुन बिंद्रा, तनिष गुप्ता, त्रिलोक शाह, अनुभव शर्मा, उत्कर्ष कुंभारे, सिद्धांत कोदरे, रिया मुंद्रा, शशांक गुप्ता, अक्षय मल्होत्रा, अतुल शेनॉय, विधि रामावत, करण सेठ, आशुतोष चांदोरकर, जयेश अरोरा, सांची गोरा, Akshay Chavan. Arjun Salvi. Fenil Vora. CV Vedesh. Thank you.
Thank you, dignitaries. Congratulations to the graduated students. Honorable guests, all the 75 students who were enrolled for the MBA batch of 2020-22 have successfully completed the program. I request Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Ramesh Bhatt to administer the oath on all who are present here and also those who have been permitted to remain absent. I request all the graduating students present to rise for the oath.
By virtue of the power vested in me by the Board of Management of SVKM's NMIMS, as Vice Chancellor, I hereby declare all of you who are present and those who are permitted to remain absent are admitted to the respective degrees. I hereby charge you to uphold the dignity and the value of the degree awarded to you by this university in your life and profession. I request our nominee of Honorable Chancellor of SVKM's NMIMS, Shri Akhilesh Rathi ji, to confer the degrees.
Thank you, dignitaries. Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Australian cricket legend, late Sir Don Bradman, was once asked in an interview, considering your average of 99.9 per inning, do you think you are the most talented batsman in the world? His reply was equally interesting and deep. Definitely not. There are many more talented batsmen than me, but that they get out early due to lack of focus and patience, while I could continue to bat. Ladies and gentlemen, we might not be sure about the correlation between the success and talent, but definitely hard work, perseverance, and patience are true and enduring characteristics of successful people. To acknowledge this spirit of hard work, perseverance, and patience of the students of outgoing batch of School of Business Management, I would now like to request Dr. Prachi Gharpure, Campus Director, SVKM's NMIMS, to announce the much awaited awards and medal winners. I also request our chief guest, Shri Sunil Chordia, to please hand over the awards. I request Vice Chancellor Dr. Ramesh Bhatt to please accompany our guest.
I have the best role announcing the rank holders. The first rank, Shreya Mathur. The second and third rank I'm announcing, they are not present in person. Second rank, Anshul Agrawal. Third rank, Nidhi N. And now, the most coveted one, the best student of the year, Shreya Shivpuri. Congratulations. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, dignitaries. Thank you, Dr. Prachi Gharpure, and heartiest congratulations to the awardees. The two most important life goals for everyone to have are: 1. Increase the amount of time that you have at your disposal, and 2. Increase what you can achieve in the time available. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a matter of pride to host the chief guest for the day, who seems to be the manifestation of the above quote from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. At an age when most professionals think of hanging their boots and relish their past achievements, our chief guest is someone who leads from the front and sets numerous benchmarks for the future generations of entrepreneurs and professionals to try emulate. Before I request our chief guest to deliver the convocation address, let me take the privilege to introduce him to the audience. Shri Sunil Chordia is a successful first generation entrepreneur and is the founder of Rajratan Global Wires Limited. Under his leadership, the company became a market leader and global organization in a span of only 10 years since its inception in 1988. Today, the company is leading tire bead wires manufacturer in India, second largest in Asia, and globally among top 5. Mr. Chordia has a science management background with qualifications like DCMA, MBA in finance, and BSc from Devi Ahilya Vishwavidyalaya, Indore. Mr. Chordia also holds position in boards of Swastika Investment, Swaraj Technocraft Private Limited, and Levers for Change Private Limited, which is basically aimed at grooming budding entrepreneurs. He also has a long association with various industry and trade associations like Steel Wires Manufacturers Association of India, Confederation of Indian Industries, and Indore Management Association. He has served as the past chairman of Steel Wires Manufacturers Association of India and is president of IMA. Currently, he is serving as the chairman of CII for Western region. Talking about other areas of interest, he is actively contributing to Indore District Badminton Association, Iyengar Yoga Indore, and as a member of the management committee of Friends of Tribal Society, which contributes towards education in tribal area. Thank you, sir, for honoring the occasion with your presence. I request you to please share your insights with all of us. I'm sure my students will have it as a best takeaway.
Good afternoon, and thank you for wonderful introduction. I don't think I deserve all that good words you spoke about me, but I accept with all the Shri Akhilesh Rathi ji, my good friend and nominee of the Chancellor for today's function. Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Ramesh Bhatt, Dr. Prachi Gharpure, Director of this campus, this institute here in Indore, Shri Ashish Apte, who is the nominee of the Registrar, Dr. Pingle, who is the, I think, heading the program, MBA program for all of you here, and all the faculty members, and my dear students. I am indeed thankful to the management of NMIAMS for inviting me, and I was thinking why I am invited, okay, and how do I justify their decision. So friends, while I was thinking all this during the function and before coming here, I thought these papers are not a formal speech. These are few points I have written so that I keep my talk on track, because I am not a professional speaker, and I'll talk from my heart. I'll tell you few stories. I'll tell you from my journey of entrepreneurship, how I started business, how I struggled, how I faced challenges, what went wrong, what went right, what helped me. I'll share with you all my learning of last 30 years. Is that okay? Would you like to? And I'm sure you will be able to connect with a lot of small things I talk about it, and which should also motivate you to do better in life. So I started my, I was born in Ratlam. My father came to Indore. He was in a iron steel trading business. I also started attending to the business very early in life, because वो होता है ना, business family में बच्चों को भी काम करना पड़ता है. So I remember going to, हमारी दुकान थी, so it's okay, it will be mix of Hindi, English, so that I can talk with. So I started learning ABC of business when I was in school, and then early age of my, graduation. I couldn't do engineering, so I did BSc, Bachelor's of Engineering, which helped me, later in life. Then in Indore or in Madhya Pradesh, there was only one institute which was offering MBA degree those days in 85, 86. So, and let me honestly confess, I was not a good student. Okay, I was not like the one whom I conferred with gold medal and degrees and all that. I was a very average student. Okay, so I tried to get admission there. It was Indore University offering a part-time MBA degree course. Okay, and that was the only college in whole of Madhya Pradesh, and almost 2,500 students had applied for it, and there were only 30 seats. Okay, so first year didn't get anything. Second year I got admission in DCMA. You see in my introduction they say DCMA. It looks like a big degree. No, it was Diploma in Costing and Management Accounting. Okay, but it was very useful. The learning I used in my business all along. Okay, I learned how to cost your product, how to keep a control on the cost of your product. Then I did MBA in finance, and I did reasonably well in my MBA days. So along with business, I was also doing MBA. This was evening classes in Indore University, the R&T Marg campus. So, I will come from Pitampur around, 6 o'clock, go straight to the college. Up to 8:39 there were classes, and then go home. So I'll talk about few things, you can take from my journey and which will be useful for you. I started this company in 1991. My father gave me 30 lakhs because I was not, I was not able to work very well with my father. I was little, थोड़ा ज़्यादा होशियार था, या I used to argue a lot. So one day my father told me कि भाई तो अपना कुछ अलग कर, let us do our business properly. You look for something of your own, which gave me a kick, and I decided कुछ करना पड़ेगा. So he gave me 30 lakhs to start this business, and in 91, 30 lakhs was not a small amount, it was a good amount, and I'm happy to tell you today the value of business today when I'm standing in front of you is 3,200 crores. Okay. This was a journey of 30 years. So I started a factory in Pitampur. Before that, I did my shop floor training in a company, Indore Wire company here in Polo Ground. I worked 6 months there. Early morning, 8 बजे स्कूटर लेके चले जाओ, दोपहर तक काम करो, शाम को, preparing for the project report, getting finance availed from MPFC and all those things I did. One thing, I used to work very hard. Okay, I was not a good student, but I was a hard worker. So you can always compensate your, academic knowledge by doing some extra hard work. This company started, did very well, and then we expanded, we tried to grow the business. So we put up a new project, because in first 3 years we did very well. I remember, traveling to Pitampur those days was difficult. I had a small car, Maruti 800, going every day. And I'll tell you a small story. First day when I visited the factory, not the factory site, so एक चौकीदार को गाड़ी में बिठा के ले गया. कंस्ट्रक्शन साइट पे होते हैं ना चौकीदार, ओके, तो उसकी फैमिली एक पोटली में उसने सब सामान रखा, एंड वी बोथ रीच दिस फैक्ट्री साइट, जंगल. सो ही टोल्ड मी, साहब मैं रहूँगा कहाँ? मैंने कहा भाई आज तो तेरे को खुले में रहना पड़ेगा, कल कुछ ट्रक वक आएगी, कुछ झोपड़ी बना देंगे. So from there we started. So what I want to tell you that it was very exciting doing things at that age, starting from zero. Okay. Then this company did well. In third year of its operation, we paid income tax of 36 lakhs. Okay, means we made profit of close to 1 crore. So we started a business with 30 lakhs, paying a tax of 36 lakhs in third year gave me a kick. बहुत पैसा लग रहा है. So what is the solution? Let us save the tax by growing the business and by availing the income tax benefit of depreciation and all that. Okay. So those were the taxation system that time. And we started a new project of bead wire, which is our core product today. It's a niche product. It is used for making tires. So all tire companies are our customers. It's a technically very, very difficult product. Okay, only few companies in India do it. Our nearest competition is Tata Steel. So we are not competing with any chota company. It is Tata Steel who are our competitors. And I'm proud to say we are much bigger than Tata Steel in this small business. When I started this business in 95, so trying to 8 crore का project report था, how to get finance. I went to IDBI, ICICI, I wanted to avail loan, and partly equity, partly loan. You must all have studied how to finance a project and all that, but I'm telling you the practical things. Okay. So going down the line, some institutions suggested that why don't you do a public issue? Okay. कुछ समझ में नहीं आया, भोपाल से गाड़ी में आ रहे थे, लगा चलो लगे हाथ पब्लिक इशू भी हो जाएगा. So without a goal, without a purpose, we became a public issue company, public listed company. Then that was a first near-death experience. That product was very difficult. We started with some consultants who had worked in other companies. They gave us the technology, but it was a mess. Okay. Everything we used to make got rejected. Customer के पास माल जाता था, ट्रक भर के वापस आ जाता था. So we were losing heavily. Okay. Just to give you an example, what was the condition, mental condition or the emotional condition in the family. So one day my father, in the morning we have tea together. So मैंने कहा बाबूजी आप आंखें आपकी भारी दिख रही है. नहीं, I could not sleep. I said, why? We are losing very heavily. So the losses were to the tune of 1 lakh per day, those days. Okay. So obviously we were worried कि अभी क्या होगा. He was also worried, and so he told me, नहीं मैं तुझे भी क्या बोलूँ, तू इतनी मेहनत कर रहा है. I used to work for 20 hours a day those days. इतनी मेहनत कर रहा है, I don't want to disappoint you, but what will happen? क्या होगा? You know, we were not able to see tomorrow. How will we survive tomorrow? The cash flows, there were borrowings, you know, pressures. So I said, give me 6 more months. If nothing happens, we'll sell this business and I'll do, कहीं पे नौकरी करेंगे, ठीक है? So he told me, मजाक कर रहा तू? मतलब कौन लेगा ये business और क्या होगा? So sometimes it is God, you know, to a hard worker, even God takes care. So a German came to our factory. Okay, in 97, a German coming to your factory was a big occasion. Okay, and he said, Mr. Chordia, I want to invest in India, and people told me that you are the right person in wire industry, and I want to invest with you in a new project. I said, but I don't have the investment capability, and so I have some expertise in running a business and in building up a factory. So if you do something here, I'll join you. So we didn't agree on a new product and new business, but we agreed. He said, okay, can you allow me to invest in your company? I said, why do you want to invest in my company all the way from Germany? So he said, you make a good product. There is a good possibility of improving it. Setup was good, but quality was not good. So he said, I'll tell you how to make good quality. We will export for you. We'll allow you, we'll create a market in Europe for you. In 97, exporting to Europe was a dream. Okay. All that came true in short while. We were a joint venture company for 5 years, where Gustav Wolf gave us the technology to improve the technology. He never formally gave a technology, but we were smart. We used to visit to his factories in France and Germany and Poland and take pictures, learn from there, bring back, implement it. Formal technology transfer kabhi nahi hua. And things improved, and we grew from 97 to 2002, we grew 4 times. We were making 250 tons a month, we became 1000 tons. And then I made a proposal in the board that we want to double the capacity, wherein he got a shock that you will become too big and you will spoil the market. I told Dr. Wolf that if we can do that, better you be on our side. We'll do it together, because we are profitable business by now. And if we can profitably export to a Europe market, then let us grow that business together. But the German ego and things like that didn't work. So we parted. He multiplied his investment 5 times and exited the business. Then we decided to venture out of the country. And let me also tell you one more fact. When I started this product, we were 7th company in India to do that. 2 more companies came after us. And today only 3 are survived. So all of those companies who didn't reinvest in business, who didn't improve on technology, who didn't innovate, who didn't improve on the product quality, cost, there are host of things you have to do in a business. Lot of things you have to do. Now we in formal language we do call it Kaizen, we call it TPM, we do all fancy names, okay? But behind that, lot of hard work has gone. So just to tell you that we were, when we started this business, we were making 250 tons, which is what, annually 3,000 tons, right? And today we make 120,000 tons annually. That is the kind of growth we have done. With our expansion project in Chennai, we will be 180,000 tons a year, and world's second biggest supplier of this product globally. So when Gustav Wolf exited, we parted, we bought back his equity, and we had global aspirations. So we chose to put up a factory in Thailand. That was in 2008. So we went there. Somebody born in Ratlam, educated in Indore, a small company, daring to, invest in a foreign land. I think it was a little bigger step than we could handle. Okay. That was second near-death experience. Okay. Because again, going through the same quality problem. 2008, we also witnessed a global recession. Okay, आप लोग books में पढ़ते हो, global recession था, we faced it and we experienced it. So again, huge losses those days. Everything got wiped out again. Indian company was making profit, Thai company was losing. It was a 100% subsidiary greenfield project in Thailand. नाम मिलता था, फ्लाइट पे कोई मिल जाए, अरे भैया आपने तो थाईलैंड में फैक्ट्री लगाई है, अंदर से दिल जानता है कि लगाई है मतलब क्या हालत है. ओके, अखिलेश जी अभी 3-4 साल पहले जाके आए, ही वॉज अप्रिशिएटिंग, भैया बहुत अच्छी फैक्ट्री है. मैं बोला अच्छी है भाई, हाँ आज तो अच्छी है, बट लॉट ऑफ हार्ड वर्क हैज़ एंड लॉट ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस हैज़ गॉन इन टू इट. So coming to this growth story, we did there, again went through difficult times, lost heavily. Today that company is running successfully. My son takes care of the business there. He is again not a very good student, but he's a good human being. Okay, so he manages people very well. Okay, and he is a good learner. So I'll talk about few things in this talk about what are the qualities which are required to become a good entrepreneur. So today that company is doing equally well. Okay, and so that was the second near-death experience when banks were wanting us to sell. कि you sell the Thai company and I will tell the banks कि साहब ये घाटे का business है, कौन खरीदेगा. Okay, the loss-making businesses are not sold easily. So there are few things I'll tell you which I have noted down, that these are the traits, these are the secrets, these are the qualities required to become, and this is my learning, okay, and this is not from any book, though I also got an MBA degree way back in 84, but I'll not talk from the book knowledge. I'll just share with you my learning. Just to give you little flavor of how we have rewarded our shareholders. So if I tell you, we have rewarded our shareholders by 350 times of their investment. I was listening, you were talking about some share market and investment strategies or something. We came in public in 1996. The face value of the share, share was offered at 18 rupees. The equity was 3 crores. So the market cap, you understand what is market cap? Was 5 crore 40 lakhs. Today market cap is 3200. You can understand how many times it has multiplied. So that is how we have also rewarded. So, but there are few inherent qualities, few inherent learnings which I'll tell you. Continuous learning is a must. how I learned, and there are three ways of learning. One is you learn from your own experiments and mistakes. Friends, it is not that I have never made mistakes. I have made many, many mistakes. When I look back, I look at more mistakes than, success. But good thing is that we never repeated the mistake. Okay, every mistake we used it to correct ourselves. It may be a technical mistake, it may be a financial decision, it may be a marketing decision, anything. But continuous learning was an issue. The second learning you can have is learning from people. So I had a habit of choosing mentors. When I was young, when I was putting up this factory, or before that I was doing something else, I used to look at people as mentors. They were my role models. Okay, and you can find role models around you. There's no dearth of that. There are a number of people you can look at, that this gentleman is good in this field, this area, his knowledge. And I used to call them, uncle, can I get some time? Can I come and meet you? I want some guidance. And friends, believe me, अगर आप किसी के पास जाते हैं और उससे एडवाइस मांगते हैं तो कभी मना नहीं करता है. वो अपना काम छोड़ के और आपको टाइम दे देता है. ओके, and I have taken advices and guidance from very high level people which you can't afford to. You can't afford to pay them. आप किसी कंसल्टेंट के पास जाएंगे तो वो कहेगा भाई अभी एक दिन का मैं, if I am coming to you, I'll charge maybe 50,000 rupees or 1 lakh or what. But if you go to an experienced person, a successful person, the only thing is you should have the attitude of opening up and going to that person. Okay, so my first suggestion to you, look around you. There are people waiting to help you. You should step out and go and open and talk to them for a support, for a advice. Okay, that will be very, very helpful. So, and then we made a formal system of this mentoringship. We invited those people on the board. We invited those people as advisors. So that was a continuous learning we had in the business. Most important is, are we open to learning? And they will tell you their experience. They will tell you how they made mistakes. So you learn from your mistakes. You also learn from their mistakes. Okay, and those advisors will be very practical, and they'll be open to share with you. I can name you number of people whom I used to talk, and they were very happy. अपना सब काम छोड़ के ऑफिस में बैठ जाते थे. अभी डिस्टर्ब मत करना, सुनील आया है, I have to talk to him. So that is the kind of response I used to get. Then later on, when we became little bigger organization, we used consultants to guide us, to give us new knowledge. Using consultant gives one advantage, that the learning becomes fast. Okay, what you learn in 5 years probably can be compressed in 1 year if you have a consultant who formally coaches. So we do lot of that in our company, including myself. Even today, for my learning, I engage people, okay, and I pay them to tell me. Let me tell you, I am not a formal engineer. I didn't get admission in an engineering college. I studied in a school which was a government school, Bal Vinay Mandir, and opposite that was a GSITS college. My aspiration was I should get into this college. I couldn't get admission, and I had. But today I am happy to share that we employ almost 150 engineers in our company. I chair a meeting of technical people where probably people from Japan, people from Korea, people from USA who are consultants to us. I chair that meeting and I take a final decision. Even in company today, the technical decision, the final technical decision has to be signed by me. I have to approve it because I have done so much of hard work on the shop floor. So I have learned all the technology, I have learned all the processes, I know 25 years of shop floor experience is much bigger than 5 years of engineering college education. So it is, don't get disheartened. Some of you have done very well, you are awarded gold medal, or some of you might not have done so well, but in real life things can change. Okay, so don't get disheartened or demotivated. The journey starts today. Then over years we have created a ecosystem around our company. I'm very fortunate to be here with all of you youngsters, but I have also created a ecosystem around me of young engineers and MBAs. Okay. What happened? We interacted with the company. Tata Steel was our competitor, so we used to learn from them also, and indirectly through their people or inviting someone sometime. So I came to know that they have done some project where they have done daily work management system is implemented, and that has reduced the time of the management, and their performance or the productivity has gone up, quality problems have reduced, all the parameters of good company, good manufacturing companies they are achieving. So I checked up, and they said we have hired a consultant who implemented all this in our company in 2 years' time. So I said, let us do that in our company also. And to do that, I hired a young team of 3 engineers who were a startup. And that is how you heard about Levers for Change. I'm a promoter of that company also. It's a consulting company. It's a group of, today they are 32 engineers and MBAs. Some of them are from IIMs. They are from good colleges. And they practice implementation consulting. They help companies improve performance. They work on transformational projects in businesses, whether it is talking about productivity improvement, marketing share improvement, profitability improvement. They do host of those things. They have worked for companies like Tata Steel. They have worked for companies in 4 different countries also. My son was also fortunate to have worked with them for 1.5 years before he came into the business, which gave him a shop floor experience of working in different companies. And I'm a kind of mentor to them today. So after working for Rajratan for 1.5 years, they didn't get more assignment. That was, Rajratan was their first client, first customer, and they did a fantastic work. I was amazed. Okay, they could find out a lot of problems, give solutions, improve, train people, make systems, make review systems, set targets. Everything they did formally in Rajratan. So one day, one of them, they were 2 partners, they came to me and they said, sir, we are looking for job. I said, yeah, tum itna acha kaam karte ho, why are you shutting down? This can be a big help for industry. No, sir, we are not getting clients. We have spent so much money marketing our, consulting, but didn't get any response. I said, forget it, hold on. Abhi problem kya hai? Sir, salary dene ke liye paisa nahi hai. So I invested. I said, ye paisa lo. So they said, nahi sir, we can't take money from you. You have to become a shareholder. So I became a 1/3 partner with them. I invested to fuel them, continue their, consultancy. Today, they are a team of 32 people, and they have worked with around 45 companies and turnaround strategies with 92% success rate. I can name you 7-8 companies from Indore who have used this, Krati Industries, Moira Saria, you name Indore companies, and they have done number of projects with them, including Apollo Builders. What do you do in construction business? But they have brought down their implementation time from 3 years to 18 months. You know, if you can complete a building in 18 months, there is a huge advantage. So they have done this consulting practice in many companies. Now, because of our continuous learning, we are doing programs for digitalization of the factory. A lot of us, nowadays, new buzzword in the industry, digital factory, industry 4.0. मैंने जब पढ़ाई की थी तो ये कुछ समझ में नहीं आता था. These were not the technologies or words used, but because we are a continuous learner, today under that company we have made a subsidiary, 100% subsidiary, which is called Levers for Change Digital, where we have hired some IT professionals as partners, and that company is developing digital solution for manufacturing industry. Okay, I have also invested in developing that company as a venture capitalist also. So important is creating an ecosystem. I'll give you one more example. We have 5-10 minutes. When we were a growing company, we used to buy our machines from Usha Martin industry. And our growth was so fast that one day Usha Martin promoters decided कि राजरतन को मशीनें नहीं बेचना. Okay. And they said to their professionals कि ये राजरतन को quotation दिया है, this is the last quotation you are giving to them. So now you will not sell to them. So they came to us with negotiated order. तो मैंने कहा यार usually you give us 11% discount. वो discount दो, ये order लो और काम चालू करो. They said no sir, this time we can't give any discount. I said, why are you so rigid? You are not opening up. They are marketing people, they are technical people. So फिर शाम को उन्होंने बताया सर हमको मैनेजमेंट ने टाइट कर दिया है कि राजरतन को आगे से मशीन नहीं देना है, और अभी जो कोटेशन दिया है उस कोटेशन में वो ऑर्डर देते हैं तो ऑनर करना है, नहीं तो छोड़ दो. आई सेड इट इज़ बेटर छोड़ दो, बिकॉज इफ़ यू have decided not to support Rajratan, then I'll get stuck anyway. Okay, and that their refusal of supplying us machines resulted into birth of a new company, which is a subsidiary of Rajratan, Swaraj Technocar Private Limited. So I used to see machines in Germany, but could never afford to buy from them. So we got together, got some consultants who came in from Germany and America, who helped us develop that business in India. Today that company is exporting back to European customers. Okay, so I'm not an engineer, but could develop an engineering company which is exporting back to Germany. So that is possible. Okay, so sometimes you get a shock, you get a hit, and that gives you another idea, and if you implement, you again rise. That is what I want to convey. So there are number of businesses, there are number of companies I have created around our business which are helping us. I remember having got one spool from Germany. We were the first company to change that technology in India. Okay, even I used to get phone calls from Tata Wire. यार ये तुमने क्या झमेला किया, अभी सब कस्टमर बोलते हैं हमको स्पूल पे माल चाहिए. Okay, because they were not agile, they were not listening to customer, and we could do that better. So we have been trendsetter also. I don't want to use those fancy words, I cannot also, but I'm just sharing with you how we have done that. So now there are companies around us who are in electronics, they are our suppliers. There is a company which supplies us all our capital goods. So our cost of doing projects is almost 60% of what anybody else in the world will do, and that makes us very competitive. Okay, and then there is a company which makes spools for us. Okay, we give them technology, we invested in them, we financially also help them develop that. So there is a ecosystem around Rajratan of people, of smaller companies, but it is the same nature and psychology which helped me create a bigger ecosystem. When we were small, I used to take support from people around us. Now we are bigger, so we have created an ecosystem around us of different businesses, companies to help us. So, ruthless focus helps achieve pinnacle. When Arjun was aiming the eye of the bird, he only saw the eye of the bird. So, one thing we have decided in our business that we won't do anything else. I remember people, my friends like Akhilesh ji and others have made huge money in many other businesses. Okay, अखिलेश जी का मुझे पक्का नहीं मालूम है, पैसा तो बहुत बनाया, बट इंदौर में एक ट्रेंड था कि प्रॉपर्टी में इन्वेस्ट करो. ओके, सो लॉट ऑफ पीपल, लॉट ऑफ माय फ्रेंड्स री इन्वेस्टेड इन बिजनेस से पैसा निकाला, प्रॉपर्टी में लगाया, बहुत कमाया. मुझे पूछते थे, भैया आप कुछ नहीं कर रहे प्रॉपर्टी में. नेवर डिड एनी इन्वेस्टमेंट आउटसाइड दिस बिजनेस, ऑलवेज फोकस्ड ऑन दिस, and the focus has given us this value what we are today, and that is how we have rewarded the shareholders by 350 times of their investment. Okay, and humbly saying that 65% of the advantage comes to me. Okay, so we have also made good money. Focus was the most important all along the journey. इसके अलावा कुछ आता ही नहीं था. रात को सपना भी फैक्ट्री में मशीन का आता था, वो वायर कैसे ख़राब हुआ, उसके लिए क्या करेंगे. नेक्स्ट डे मॉर्निंग 4 बजे नींद खुल जाती थी और सॉल्यूशन आ जाता था. यू स्लीप विथ सम प्रॉब्लम, यू गेट अप इन द मॉर्निंग विथ अ सॉल्यूशन. दिस हैज़ हैपन्ड विथ मी सेवरल टाइम्स इन माई लाइफ, बिकॉज दिन में भी वही सोचते थे, रात में भी वही सोचते थे, and sometimes when you are at peace with yourself, when you are not thinking anything, a good solution comes. So few principles: reinvest in business, reinvest in society. So we do a lot of social work. We reinvest in society around Pitampur. Now also do a lot of social work and charity work around our factory in Thailand. Okay, never compromise on core values. So I will give only one example. We are vegetarians. Okay, and my grandfather used to do a lot of Jeev Daya. Jeev Daya means you have to save the animals who are killed for food for somebody else. Okay, so he used to spend his money. Lot of people used to donate. कोई गाय बूढ़ी हो गई, दूध नहीं देती है, सो स्लॉटर हाउस में जाएगी, वो उनको छुड़वा के एक गौशाला बना लिया. दिस काइंड ऑफ वर्क ही यूज्ड टू डू. सो द वैल्यूज वर लाइक दैट. सो इन राजरतन ऑल्सो वी डू नॉट अलाउ पीपल टू spend on non-vegetarian food. We are Jains and we want to. So our German joint venture agreement had a line written at the end, because if you go to Germany, they will not understand what is vegetarian. We are in Thailand. We have a factory, 200 people work there. Thailand, nobody understands what is vegetarian. Okay, so but we don't pay for non-veg food. I cannot stop anyone from eating I can't make them change their habits. We don't want to do that, but we want to stuck to our core values. So हमारा value system, the statement is, as long as we have the control and majority of this business, we will not spend money on non-vegetarian food. My Dadaji sometime told me, before he died, he had given me few, things कि बेटा इन चीज़ों का ध्यान रखना. So that has stuck in my head as a core value, and we want to continue with that. I'll give you one example. I was traveling to Taiwan maybe 15 years back, visiting a company. पहले mail exchange हो जाता है that I am coming, we'll arrange lunch for you, this, what are your preferences. So हमने आगे से लिख दिया we are vegetarian. भाई वो lunch arrange करेगा और फिर नहीं खाएंगे. So by mistake, when we opened the box, it was full of food which we could not consume. So I just closed the box and pani wani pine lage. So they realized Oh, sorry, we forgot, you are vegetarian. And believe me, all of the people got up from their table. They took us to a 100% vegetarian restaurant. And at least 10 times they apologized. Sorry, Mr. Chordia. So what I want to say, people respect your value. Okay, they will never say and if it is a religious value, if it is something, they will respect you. So don't be scared. Don't get into the, flow. अरे ये तो करना पड़ता है, आजकल तो फैशन है, बिना पिए कोई बिजनेस थोड़ी मिलता है, हो ना? But believe me, I am heading CII in Western region. Okay, you have to host dinners, you have to host lunches, where the consulate generals will come, where the industry leaders will come. I have told them, I'll never host a non-vegetarian lunch. I'll not pay for that. Okay. So you find a way. If you want me to become a chairman, and if you want me to host, that is a value system I have decided for my company, for my business, for my family. I'll stick to it. So friends, the message is, कुछ चीज़ जो अच्छी लगती है, जो दिल में कहती है कि ये सही है, तो उसको पकड़ के रखो. Don't just get, In company, there is zero tolerance for integrity. Person may be at the highest level or at any level. Integrity is never compromised. छोटा चलता है यार, थोड़ी चोरी करी, किसी ने थोड़ा पैसा ले लिया. No, नहीं चलता है. That is the last day of his last day in the company. I have fired people who were on the top in spur of a moment when I caught them making money. Because it gives the right message. And most important, maintain physical discipline, financial discipline. Just to give you one small story, we had become a German joint venture company. We started doing well, after that first near-death experience. And I had a car, Maruti 1000 एक करके गाड़ी आती थी. आप लोगों को नहीं मालूम होगा, अखिलेश जी को मालूम होगा. So my German joint venture partner was a 6 foot Dr. Ernst Wolf, okay, 6 feet tall, handsome person. We were both traveling to Pithampur, and the car broke down. That Maruti 1000. That itself was not a very big car. उसमें तो बैठ जाता था वो. मैंने फ़ोन करके दूसरी गाड़ी मंगाई, which was a Maruti 800. Okay, and he got फंस गया वो गाड़ी के अंदर बुरी तरह से, सीट आगे करके एकदम उसका पाँव वाँव. And he told me, Sunil, I think you can afford a new car now. Company is doing well. So we were so disciplined in our spending कि जब तक कंपनी अच्छा नहीं कमाएगी, हम नई गाड़ी नहीं खरीदेंगे, हम नई, we will not spend into fancy office or a fancy car. I never bought a car when I got a loan sanction. I got a car when we did very well in the business, when the balance sheet was showing profit. मतलब उधार पे लेके ऑफिस भी नहीं बनाया. Believe me, we made a new office after 30 years in Rajratan, Pithampur. Only last week we started that. Okay, but we were in an office which was slowly built up over years, where the first room was a cement godown. जब कंपनी स्टार्ट हुई तो सीमेंट रखने के लिए जगह बनाते हैं, उसी को धीरे धीरे करके वो ऑफिस बिल्डिंग बन गई. एंड वी वर कंटिन्यूइंग वर्किंग फ्रॉम देयर फॉर 30 years. And so many foreigners must have visited, all the customers, multinational companies, their auditors, all of them visit. But it was okay. I don't think anybody bothers about it. As long as you are supplying a good quality product, you are a reliable source of a product, you get a business. Few personal habits which have helped me. Being punctual is very important. Okay, just to give you one small story. First time I visited Germany, Dr. Wolf was there. We spent the whole day in the company discussing, meeting. Sham ko he dropped me to the hotel and he was to pick me up for dinner. Okay, so he asked me, Sunil, what time are you ready for dinner? I said 6:30. He said fine, 6:30 I'll wait for you. उस टाइम पे मोबाइल फ़ोन नहीं होते थे कि जर्मनी में मोबाइल फ़ोन है और इंडिया में बात कर ली फैमिली से. रूम में जाओ, कॉल करो. ओके, सो आई स्टार्टेड टॉकिंग टू माई फैमिली हियर बैक इन इंदौर. 10-15 मिनट भूल गए, टाइम का हिसाब नहीं रहा. By the time I came down in the lobby, hotel lobby, it was 6:45. Okay, and I saw Dr. Wolf sitting with red face, angry at me. I said, I could realize I am late. I said, sorry, I'm late. No, sorry. Do you know what I had to go through? I said, sorry, what happened? I waited in the porch with he used to have a 7 Series BMW car. I waited for 2 minutes in the porch for you at 6:30, but you were not here. I had to go back from the backside to the parking on the level 3 and climb back to the hotel lobby and wait here for you. I could realize that it was not good for me to get late, and that gave me a lesson that we have to stick to the times. Being punctual, being on time is very important. So today when we travel to Japan, we have some people working for us in Japan. So in the mail we will write, I'll take this Narita Express from Tokyo station and get down on this station at 11:58, and at 12:02 we will take another train, and during that 4 minutes we will meet at that station and then together go. So that is the time of that is the kind of accuracy we have to keep in our travel. So that has given me a learning, and I have seen that many successful people have this habit of punctuality. Maintaining physical fitness is very important. I was a badminton enthusiast all along my life. Played badminton right from my school time till 3 years back, and then stopped, and now I am a regular Iyengar yoga practitioner. I'm reasonably good yoga student. It happened so that on a yoga day we wanted to have a yoga session for our employees. तो हमारे HR head आई और बोली, सर कोई मिल नहीं रहा आज टीचर, तो क्या करें? मैंने कहा, आई एम अ टीचर. Okay, so in a hall, around 100 employees were there with their mates, and I was on this side, and I could do a good job for all of them. I could teach them. So friends, I very openly shared in a very informal way my journey of entrepreneurship, how I built up this business, and I can tell you, we see a lot of headroom, we see a lot of growth possible in this business. You will see Rajratan doing continuously outperforming. Our tagline is outperform, and the meaning of outperformance is you have to perform better than what you were yesterday. So every day your performance has to be improved. So we'll keep doing that, and my best wishes to all the students. You are very lucky that you are getting education, you got a degree, you got a fantastic faculty who taught you in last 2 years. Use that to build up in your career, and if you can take something from what I talked in last maybe half an hour now and use it in your life, all the best to you. Good luck, and I'm sure all of you will achieve new heights in your endeavors. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Whatever you have spoken from your heart in last 30 minutes, I am sure it has reached to the heart of the audiences as well. We cannot summarize everything what he has spoken, but to carry out a few major points. That first, a big business can be made without developing an app and also in an adverse ecosystem, right? Because we are fascinated about apps and when it comes to creating businesses. Then there is no substitute for hard work. Failure means first attempt in learning, and successful people make their forts from the stones which are thrown at them, referring to the example of Usha Martin not giving another chance to the company. And certain value systems like punctuality, integrity, not compromising on the value system, and being a continuous learner. Thank you, sir, for your address. May I now request Dr. Sameer Pingle, Associate Dean, School of Business Management, SVKM's.
Yes, right? So that is a very important learning for all of us. He talked about the values, right? So you should never compromise with your values, right? So it doesn't matter what others are saying, right? So you should stick to the values. Related aspect he talked about is integrity, right? So integrity is very important for all of us throughout our life. And he talked about discipline, time management, being punctual, and all those things. One of the most important aspect which he has nicely narrated is the entrepreneurial journey, right? And we as teachers will be very happy if you choose this particular path and come back on campus as recruiters, right? So sir, thank you so much for sharing not only your insights, but your personal experiences with all of us. I will like to thank Shri Akhilesh Rathi sir, nominee of the Chancellor, for all the help, for all the approvals, all the guidance, all the time. Thank you so much, sir. I'd like to thank Dr. Ramesh Bhatt, Honorable Vice Chancellor of NMIMS, for his august presence for this particular event. Sir, thank you so much for your presence, your guidance. My thanks are also due to Shri Ashish Apte, Controller of Examination, for his presence during this function. I thank Dr. Prachi Kharpure, Director of the campus, for all the support provided to all of us, for all the guidance. Thanks are due to Shri Gaurav Moge and the entire admin team for all the arrangements. Thank you so much. Student volunteers, especially from School of Law. SBM students are not on campus, so School of Law students have helped us for everything. So thank you so much. Thanks to the PR team, Central PR team, as well as NMIMS Indore PR team for all the efforts, right, in terms of publicity on social media, right, so interaction with media and all. Thanks to media representatives for coverage of this particular event. My sincerest thanks to all the parents who have come for attending this function all the way from different places in India. Thank you so much. My faculty colleagues who have helped for a necessary arrangement. Last but not least, the convocating batch, right? So thank you so much, and wish you all the best and all the success in life. Thank you.
I now request Shri Ashish Apte, Controller of Examination and nominee of the Registrar, SVKM's NMIMS, to kindly take over the proceedings.
I request Shri Akhilesh Rathi, nominee of the Honorable Chancellor of SVKM's NMIMS, to declare the Convocation 2022 as closed.
I hereby declare the convocation for MBA batch 2022 closed. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the close of the fourth convocation ceremony, may I now request all present to kindly rise in the honor of the national anthem. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please remain standing till the academic procession leaves the auditorium from the gate on the left-hand side of the audience. As a signing off note, I congratulate the graduating students for their achievement. Thank you once again and welcome to the NMIMS alumni family. May I now request the dignitaries on the dais to lead the receding procession to assemble at the reception desk on the ground floor for the photo shoot. The faculty members, followed by the graduating students, are also requested to join the dignitaries for the photo shoot. I'm sure these memories would remain with the guests present for a long lifetime. Guests from media are requested to join for the media interaction and exit from the gate on their right. Post the media interaction, they are invited for the lunch. The PR team would coordinate.